So this offseason, teams are calling the Brooklyn Nets about Kyrie Irving. Of course, in trades and everything. Not saying that Kyrie Irving's available, but teams are calling to see, hey, you have Kevin Durant, you have Kyrie, you want to see if you can get one of the big three. And we pretty much know Kevin Durant is pretty much untouchable. You get James Harden, and of course you're going to extend the contract and everything, and he's pretty much close to untouchable. So the next person is Kyrie Irving. And the reason why this is a topic, and the reason why we're in this show like this, is because Kyrie Irving comes out and says, hey, what's up? Yo, if you, his camp, reports saying his camp's coming out and saying that he is going to retire if the Brooklyn Nets trade him. First and foremost, I respect the fact that, I respect the player empowerment era. I respect the fact that players are able to pretty much dictate and control what they want to do. Kyrie Irving is already on record pretty much saying that he doesn't plan on playing in his late 30s or whatever. So he doesn't plan on having the longest career, this, that, and third, not because of injury or anything. It's just he doesn't see himself wanting to play late 30s. But I don't know, man. And I've always been the one. I'm very outspoken on this podcast, saying that I think that they need to trade Kyrie Irving and get a defender, get a piece. Like, imagine if they had what's his name? Imagine if they had Ben Simmons. If they traded Kyrie Irving for Ben Simmons, that would be just boom. Like, that'd be incredible. Like, they need defense. One reason why, of course, the biggest reason why they lost was because of injury. Of course, Kyrie Irving being out, James Harden not being 100%. But it was also because they didn't have a big man, not to mention the fact that DeAndre Jordan's gone now. They didn't have a big man, and they didn't really have anyone to defend. Giannis was getting anything he wanted. Chris Middleton was getting anything he wanted. And they didn't really have any person to defend. Yeah, KD was dropping 49 and 48 points and everything, but they didn't have defenders. And I was always saying, if you're gonna break up, you don't need all three of them. Like the one of the biggest questions was can Kyrie, KD, and James Harden play together? We've seen that they can. They looked incredibly well. Kyrie Irving pretty much gave the point guard position to James Harden, so he's pretty much exclusively the two when James Harden's there. And of course, KD can play in any offense. KD is just that good. So the question is, like I said, should Kyrie demand a trade? Not demand a trade. Should Kyrie retire? Again, you can take control of your career. So that's what he wanted. That's what he wanted to do. But imagine Kyrie Irving on the on the 76ers with Joel Embiid and Tobias Harris, or imagine Kyrie on what's another team that would be good. I don't know. I just wouldn't go as far as say I'd retire. I understand that you want to play with KD, you want to play with James Harden. You feel that this is special. The Brooklyn Nets is a special organization. And of course, you helped to get KD there. It was pretty much a tandem. But I don't know, man. And I do think that this is going to completely just kill his trade ability, because nobody's going to trade for a player that's come out and say, I'm not playing for anybody else but Brooklyn. Like, I'm not doing it. I'm going to retire. And Kyrie Irving does not seem like the person that's bluffing. Like, if you look at Kyrie Irving's, he's done some eye-raising things, but he ain't never done nothing like. If Kyrie Irving says he's going to do something outside of when he said he's going to stay with Boston, it doesn't really strike you. He doesn't really strike you as the type of person to be like, no, I changed my mind. So outside of when he said he was staying with Boston. But I don't know, man. I wouldn't do that. Because now I understand that, again, you feel like there's something special that could be in Brooklyn. But I wouldn't threaten to retire, but that's just me. And I think that Brooklyn, again, imagine Brooklyn having someone like again, having someone like what's his name, Ben Simmons, like imagine like it's you know, that's just me. But hey, shouts out to Kyrie. I think that they're good enough to win the championship. I think it's gonna come down to between them, the Lakers, and Milwaukee. So I'm excited to see that what the season gonna look like as well. So